May 26, 2024, AEW's fifth annual Double or Nothing will emanate from the MGM Garden in Las Vegas, Nevada. What an interesting weekend this is going to be. Saturday, Double or Nothing. Sunday, WWE Queen and King of the Ring. So we're going to get into some predictions, and I'm going to drop the full card on you. I mean, there's always a possibility that you're going to see more matches added to this pretty stellar looking lineup, if I do say so myself. So without further ado, let's get into it. So in a trios match for the unified AEW World Trios Championship, the Bang Bang Gang, Jay White and the Guns battle Pac, Penta, and Rey Fenix, the Death Triangle. Match was kind of thrown together. Their back and forth promo that they did on Wednesday could have gone a lot better, especially considering in how quiet the crowd was. You heard a heckler scream, "Who books this shit?" which got a pop from the crowd. Not exactly the finest moment for Jay White on the microphone, and he hasn't really hit his mark, hit his stride, if I do say so myself, on the microphone in AEW thus far, and that did him no favors. On top of that, Pac says, "Oh, you think you're hard? Well, we'll see," which was not the best promo either. But I think it's going to be a great match. I think it's going to be fine. It looks fine on paper. They're gonna do the best they can, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to go with the Bang Bang Gang retaining here. Pac, he wins matches that mean nothing, and he loses all of the matches that mean something. And unfortunately, I can't get behind him or the Lucha Brothers to come away with the win here, and the Bang Bang Gang need it more. That's just my opinion. For the FTW title, three-way dance. Three men in the same ring at the same time, vying for a chance to raise the FTW title in the air. Hook, Katsuyori Shibata, challenge the champion, Chris Jericho, the Learning Tree. On paper, this sounds like it could be pretty good, but however, it feels more like part two of a story that might necessarily be Empire Strikes Back. It'd be more like wait until the third part really ends in a good way. And so because of that, I think Katsuyori Shibata takes the loss here, and Chris Jericho retains, leading to a singles match that will be the blow-off between Hook and Chris Jericho. In a singles grudge match, wrestling match rules, because they already had the street fight a few weeks back on Dynamite, Trent Beretta against Orange Cassidy. Now, Orange Cassidy beat Beretta in their previous matchup, and Orange Cassidy took the loss in the tag matchup when Will Ospreay teamed with Orange Cassidy against Trent Beretta and Roderick Strong. Based on that math, it seems to me that Orange Cassidy would win. However, I am looking deeper into this. Trent Beretta has not gotten a singles win over Orange Cassidy yet, and if he is going to be taken serious as a heel, then he's going to need that. But I don't think it's going to be clean. In fact, I think what's going to end up happening is you're going to see Don Callis interfere and introduce himself as the new manager for Trent Beretta. That's my guess, but I'm going with Trent Beretta on this. I think that's far more plausible than Orange Cassidy beating Trent again. IWGP World Heavyweight Championship Eliminator match. If Takeshita wins, he receives a future IWGP World Heavyweight Championship match, Konosuke Takeshita against Jon Moxley. Now, Takeshita was not too pleased with the way he's been handled in AEW, and that's a shoot brother. So then they put him in an eliminator match, where notoriously eliminator matches, they don't mean anything, and most of the time the challengers lose, on a pay-per-view with Jon Moxley, who's the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, and Takeshita actually works part-time, sometimes on excursion with the DDT promotion in Japan, who they don't do any, as far as I know, they're not affiliated with NJPW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, at all, and they have not done anything. So for Takeshita to win, then he will challenge Jon Moxley for the New Japan Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship, the IWGP Championship. Or if he loses, then he just goes further down and is less credible. Not a good idea here. I think they booked themselves into a corner. I do think Takeshita needs to win. So I don't know if they're going to do some kind of crazy Forbidden Door thing. It is coming up, so it is plausible to have Takeshita win and then go on to Forbidden Door, where it's DDT against NJPW, against AEW, against Ring of Honor, against Stardom, against, against GCW, throw them all in, NWA. So I'm going to go with Konosuke Takeshita. Konosuke Takeshita with the win here. He needs it really bad, so I'm going to go with him. Adam Copeland defends his AEW TNT Championship against Malachi Black in a barbed wire steel cage match. Tony Khan has been listening to the internet because he gave Malachi Black a singles match this past Wednesday on Dynamite. It was a Kumite clash with Kyle O'Reilly. They really did a lot of martial arts. I thought it was a good match. But because they are building up Malachi to be strong in this barbed wire cage match, and he is holding the wedding ring of Adam Copeland around his neck, I believe Adam Copeland is going to retain here. And it furthers my belief that Malachi Black is finishing up as best he can in AEW and is going to look to return to the WWE to be with his wife, Zelina Vega, and to get more of an opportunity to do singles matches, something that he has not had in AEW. But we'll see what happens. But as of now, I'm going to go with Adam Copeland. Should be a great match, though. Don't know if they needed a barbed wire cage, but should be a good match nonetheless. Women's World Championship match, Timeless Toni Storm versus Serena Deeb. This just was not played out properly. They started off trying to present Serena Deeb as a good girl, as a face. Did not work at all. Toni Storm is over. She is over. She might be a heel. She might be acting more cocky, confident, overbearing, brash, whatever. But she's over. And that usually happens in AEW. And I've done videos on this previously where they get a heel over and they get the fans behind them and then they turn them face and have no idea what to do with them. And they end up lost in translation and they can't get back on their footing with the same momentum. And I hope to God that does not happen with Toni Storm because she's shown that she has layers to her character and she's a great talent. I'm going to go with Toni Storm in this, and then I hope it leads to Jamie Hayter's return and Jamie Hayter wrestles Toni Storm in Wembley at All In. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, so she continues her hot streak. Toni Storm gets the win in this match. AEW International Championship, Roderick Strong wrestles Will Ospreay. Roderick Strong has had probably 3 defenses of his international title on major television, and it just doesn't look the same as it did with Orange Cassidy, where he was in every opening match for probably 90 days on AEW Dynamite primetime television defending that title, and the kingdom of all stables needs as the most amount of airplay they can get, and they just have not had it. I don't see them having Will Ospreay lose at this moment. Roderick Strong is lukewarm at best. Will Ospreay wins the international title, moves on, probably has a dream match at Forbidden Door, and then either goes on to try to unify the international with the world at Wembley, or somehow drops the international title, or maybe he just, maybe he just vacates the title like Samoa Joe did with the television title for Ring of Honor, and then just goes for the world title. I mean, we've seen it done again. It could happen again. Who knows? But that's my guess is Will Ospreay wins that one. I'm going to go Will Ospreay. For the TBS Championship, Willow Nightingale defends against Mercedes Moné. Woo, man, this has been a very temperate feud here. I did like the contract signing. I thought that was well done. But Mercedes Moné needs this win. It's her first match. She wins the TBS title in her debut Not exactly a fan of that, considering that AEW likes to hold to their rankings and people earning a match against the champion, at least earning a match for the championship. This is going to be very interesting, but I do believe Camille debuts, costs Willow Nightingale the title, and Mercedes Moné wins. I mean, you could also see Chris Statlander revealing herself as a piece of shit and turning on Willow Nightingale as well. I suppose you could do that as well, but right now my heart is telling me Camille debuts and is the heavy for Mercedes Moné. Anarchy in the arena. The Elite, Kazuchika Okada, Jack Perry, Matthew, and Nicholas Jackson wrestle Team AEW, Bryan Danielson, Darby Allin, Cash Wheeler, Dax Harwood, the FTR. Kind of threw together Team AEW, but I understand there's a lot of injuries, so I'm not going to hold that against them. I'm not a big fan of these cinematic matches for AEW because their new slogan is we're the best wrestle. But I understand this is a grudge match. I'm not going to be too hard on them for that. But I mean, and Darby Allin, Tony Khan returned by dropping off Darby Allin like he was Trent Beretta's mom dropping off the best friends. And Darby Allin brandished a flamethrower. So either the flamethrower is going to play a part at the Anarchy Arena match, or that was just for effect. Either way, pretty interesting that they went that route. I'm going to go with the Elite here for the win, based on go-home math, with Darby Allin standing tall, and the Elite need the win to look more formidable as a stable of douchebags that are trying to take over the AEW. So I'm going to go with the Elite. And I also wouldn't be surprised if Tony Khan turns heel and joins up with the Elite as they win. Stay tuned for that. For the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, and hopefully the main event of this night, because God knows Swerve Strickland needs it. Swerve Strickland defends against Christian Cage. I like the way they've been building this up. It's very old school to me, but I don't necessarily disagree with the way that fans have said that Swerve has kind of been an afterthought, and his championship reign is very similar, in my opinion, to Hangman Adam Page, where it doesn't seem like Tony Khan has an idea of where to go with Swerve, just like he didn't have an idea of where to go with Hangman Adam Page. But hopefully Swerve gets the win here dominantly and establishes himself as a badass and the goblin that he always has been, and comes across as a win and ends the show. He needs to bookend the show, close the chapter, let him be standing tall, because that's needed. So that is my predictions and preview for this Sunday's AEW 5th year anniversary for Double or Nothing. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I'm correct? You guys have any rebuttals, any retorts, any other comments, or any other predictions? Are you going to go a different route with a certain match? You guys let me know in the comments. Thank you all to my subscribers. The Portal of Pro Wrestling, the Safe Space Wrestling community continues to grow, and I appreciate you all. We are on a journey to get to 1,000 subscribers. You can help that possibility by hitting subscribe if you haven't already, or by telling a friend to join this Portal of Pro Wrestling community, where we talk about something that I've loved since I was 3 years old. Rob the Wrestling Old Head, letting you all know to stay tuned for more. See you soon, you guys.